Hello, everybody. Welcome to our show. We're going to do predictions for WWE Summer Slam. It's this Sunday. Welcome to our show. My name is JJ Abbink. I'm reporting for GGA Sports Studio, the biggest, the best sport news site up to date. Reliable, trustworthy, we've printed all the latest news. We give you all the latest up in the world of sport, including pro wrestling. We also do NFL, football, NBA, Major League Baseball, UFC, you name it all. Don't forget to check it out on gtasportsstudio.com. Well, anyway, or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/DJ Sports Studio. So, yeah, there you can find us a little bit. I thought, well, let's start off one with the plugins before the show. Anyway, welcome to our show. SummerSlam. Yeah, it's coming this Sunday. Of course, we'll do live coverage via our webpage, special page, and you can find a link in the description. You can find a direct link with all the match card latest news, and that is on gjasportsstudio.com/SummerSlam. No, that's that easy. Anyway, well, here we go with the predictions. We also do predictions, of course. Uh, these predictions are always a little bit how we look at the card, what the best booking could be for the future, how they can build up towards a better, how continue with storylines, etc., etc. Let's start with the kickoff show matches. Um, uh, there are some that I have something, yeah, whatever. The first whatever match is Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gallagher. Drew Gallagher had actually a great run at Enzo Amore with Enzo Amore. Um, if you recall, and why not is once put the title on a heel? I would not mind to see that. Drew Gallagher, yeah, let him have a little run. I think Cedric Alexander, I never really got onto him like a real thing, but that is still with the whole 205 Live brand. I'm not really into it. I'm not really following it. It is at that point when it's airing, I have something else. Just it's getting too much. After Raw, SmackDown, and then I sometimes with NXT. Then also have to watch 205 Live. You know what I mean? I have my borders. I also have other things to do in my life, and sorry I say it this way. Um, anyway, well, and that's my honest opinion about the matter. Well, um, let's continue with the other matches. The kickoff show matches. The second match, what I'm looking really for, is actually the B team versus the Revive. The thing is, I'll be honest, I'm not so hip on the B team. Yes, they have an amazing run, but I think still they're more a comedy act than a real tag team. For me, how I always liked, especially when they were in NXT, what is the Revival? I think they're really a great tag team. I think they should get that title on the name to convince that they're a real tag team. I would really like to see it from Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. The problem always have been, yeah, since they actually got promoted, they had some injuries. Their injury prone a little bit looked like in the beginning. Looks like now they're getting a little bit over it. But yeah, it's known for a fact in WWE if you get a lot of injuries, your career is almost goes gone because it is too expensive to invest so much time if you're all the time injured. Well, I can understand that also. However, I would not mind if they put the title actually on the Revival. I think they could do a great run. I think it would be also very good for the tag team division. So in that way, I would say put the titles on the Revival. I can't remember there's actually been a title change on the kickoff show. But hey, who knows? Why not? Then the third kickoff show matches. I think if I heard it correctly, a 2-hour kickoff show already says that a lot, right? Whatever. Rusev and Lana taking on Andrade, Cien Almas, and Selena Vega. Yeah, actually, I like the storyline they have built up. It's great. I'm wondering if Aiden English is showing up to seeing Rusev Day. Why not? Been for a while. So I wouldn't mind. I like it. You know, it puts him also a little bit in, like, you know what I mean? But I think you should go with the victory to Andrade, Cien Almas, and Selena Vega. And that's because they just arrived on the main card. This is their first feud, real feud. I don't see that the feud with Sin Cara was a real feud. I think Andrade, Cien Almas has a lot to give for the main card. I think he's a very talented wrestler and a good heel. And I think SmackDown needs at the moment a very good heel. They're not really heel people. Yeah, you have The Miz who can do, but he's more coward heel. In a great, he's doing it great. I'm not coward. He's playing a coward, right? Not in the real life. And then you have Randy Orton now. And Samoa Joe, and there you had it. So a real good heel would not be a bad thing, and I think Selena is selling them very well. She's a great mouthpiece for Andrade. So yeah, they look like a perfect couple. And yeah, I know Rusev was the former pay-per-view in the main event against AJ Styles, so that's something now you're on the kickoff. You know what I mean? Okay, put you in the title hunt and after that in the kickoff show. It's a really little bit like, I don't know, but you know what I mean. Okay, then the main show matches, and I'll start off directly with Daniel Bryan and The Miz. I loved, as I said yesterday in the video this week in WWE This Week, one of the very good video package showing all the way from NXT to now how they build up their feud, how their lifeline in WWE. Great stuff. I think they already did some great stuff, and I feel still they can do great stuff. I'm a little bit down on this feud, how they build it up with a fake baby. I thought that was really like a downer. I think that killed it almost, actually, the feud. However, I'll still look forward. I think you could have done more out of this feud, especially with talking smack. Well, there was a little bit in the video package now, of course. Not much of it though, but you know what I mean? But really the story from, hey, I could not compete, I'm back, I'm really here to kick your ass. But also not that Daniel Bryan came back for The Miz, because that is a lot bogus. But yeah, The Miz of course says that, and it's great because he puts himself over on that as a great heel, and he's a great talker. If they want to continue this feud, I would not mind actually if The Miz got over. The Miz actually needs to run. A good win, I think, will put him a little bit over also towards the reality series he's doing now with Miz and Mrs. on USA Network. Daniel Bryan, I think you can take that loss and you can build up this feud for an extra match. I think because there's been so much talk about it and so much building up to it, and there's so much you can build on this and do better than just fake babies, is that you know, the next pay-per-view in Hell in a Cell, you could actually build this further out. Well, that's my opinion. Then Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. I'm still hoping a little bit that Finn Balor, was probably not going to happen, is coming out as a demon. Because now we're just having the same match as Extreme Rules with nothing on it. Finn Balor won in that match. I still hope he's still Baron Corbin's doing actually where was the Constable is finally getting some heat on it as a good heel. I think that's really good. He's shown really off, but yeah, I think still Finn Balor needs to build up towards the Universal title in that strength. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. Shinsuke just got the title, so let the title stay there. Why is Randy Orton in this match? I think it has to do with the investigation that is going on at the moment around him. I was actually suspecting he would be in the match. I think out of security with all the reports going around him in the media, the negative stuff was came out, and I'm not going to judge the guy because nothing has been proven. I'm waiting for WWE to make an official statement, and then we'll take it from there. So until now, I say it's all talk and rumor, and let the professional first deal with it. That's how I always see it, and then we can always take it from there. But I think to protect Randy Orton, they pull him out of this match. There's still rumors though that he will go and continue with the feud with Jeff Hardy. So what I think will happen is that Randy Orton will be there and interfere. So in that way, Shinsuke Nakamura will get the victory and can continue with somebody else with the feud. Who knows? Maybe Rusev. I would not mind to see that. Carmella and versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair for the triple threat match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. It's the whole feud has been on. First, it was Becky Lynch, and it was not certain on Charlotte's injury. She could fight on SummerSlam, so she came a little bit injured. She was on time healed, so she could get very good and quickly in. I think in that way that they could build up, that they build each other. And you know how sneaky Carmella has been. She's already held this title run. She's actually been booked as the sneaky heel who steals the victories. And I think that will also here. Now Becky Lynch got the pin on SmackDown last Tuesday. So I would actually say that Becky Lynch is ruled out to make the champion. And that's a shame. And we are aware why they don't want Becky Lynch as champion. I would love to see Becky Lynch as the champ. I think she would make a great run. But yeah, I'm not going into further because it's never proven. But we know somebody backstage don't like her because of her accent with two big teeth, right? And we all know who we're talking about. I think Carmella actually steals this victory, and I'm wondering where this will build up. I would not actually mind even if Becky Lynch, due to this, turns heel. I would not mind to see Becky Lynch as a heel. I think it would turn great. I think you can do a lot more with Becky Lynch as a heel, and maybe in that way, in a way, she somehow retains the title. Not directly, maybe via that Charlotte Flair will next pay-per-view be probably Hell in a Cell, yeah, because Evolution will be later. I have all these dates mixed up. I'm so confused with all these dates. What's all the pay-per-view and specials going on? So put the title on Charlotte Flair, and then the heel Becky Lynch. We can build up a feud. But I really would like to see Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Now, if we that is of course for the later future. But yeah, why not? Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, who returned last Monday. I was actually suspecting he would return on SummerSlam, and in that way to game over. But I think there is something to it. And I've been talking a little bit with the guys. Maybe it's quickly too soon. Maybe they do first actually a reunion with the Shield, but always was teased. But yeah, due to conditions, Bonds got injured. Then Roman was first sick. Then Dean Ambrose got injured. The reunion never took place. So it could be two things that could happen right now. Now I think that Dolph Ziggler will retain. Um, if they go with the reunion, I think Drew McIntyre will interfere. If not, if they're not going to the reunion, what you can do, and there's also been talk a lot about it, is Seth Rollins. But then you already, if you have Becky Lynch, it's getting a little bit too much. But Seth Rollins, yeah, Dean Ambrose turning on Seth Rollins, and yeah, Dolph Ziggler going into the Fury feud. The thing is, I would actually not mind also if Drew McIntyre straight off from Dolph Ziggler. I think Drew is way too talented at the moment to be in the main role. Could be still because of the injury of the NXT. What happened against Anders Amas? I don't know if that's still a little bit. It could be that he still has some issues if he could wrestle, but not 100%. Maybe that's why they put him in this role. But I think Drew McIntyre, what I saw in the Indies, for example, on WCPW, he did it so well there. He had such a great run, and that guy, he can really wrestle, and I think he should get a run. Definitely, maybe as the Intercontinental Champion, or maybe even in the defense spot because he's that talented. I think that actually, if I'm thinking about it, that they're going first with the reunion because it's so much tease. And when they finally have a reunion, they have some matches that Dean Ambrose is turning. There at the moment is turning heel because, with all due respect, we all do love Dean Ambrose. I think it's great he's back. There's been a lot of people asking about it. When is he return? Now he's final back. Let him have a little bit run into a babyface because he's been requested so much. But eventually you have to turn him heel because the problem is at the moment, before he got injured, his character got so still. And I think and it is a thing that if you are a heel, you can do more creative with him. And in that way, I think the lunatic frenzy, you can really let him go nuts, crazy, anything, by turning him heel. Have a real lunatic. You can do extreme things, and I think that will do WWE very good. I think they really need it creatively wise, and I think if you turn Dean Ambrose heel, you run with the ball, then you can do great stuff with him. Let's just say. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. The winner will obtain the Money in the Bank ladder contract. I think even if it's a DQ or no count out or whatever, then Kevin Owens will win. I don't mind being Braun Strowman being a Money in the Bank winner. Don't get me wrong. But I think he doesn't need that contract at the moment. I think he eventually will get there on his own. He is that monster. He is that main event guy. He can be there, and he has proven that. I think Kevin actually been shed on so much lately, and that's a shame because he's such a great talent. I think he can pull it better off as a Money in the Bank holder because he's a heel. I think a Money in the contract holder, a Money in the Bank contract holder, is better off as a heel because then you can always, when the champ is down, coming out and cashing in. It's really, I think it's really also a more heel move in that way to cash him in. But yeah, that is just my thoughts after it, and Uh, and I think he will do great. The rumors is also he's gone into a run with Roman Reigns. I will get back on that later. Um, but yeah. Um, the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan, as the tag team champions versus the New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and or um, oh, yeah, it depends on Xavier Woods. I don't know who's going to wrestle the two of those three. It's mostly Big E and Kofi Kingston. I don't think at the moment the New Day needs the tag team titles. I think they establish them well. They sell their merch. Um, the thing is, Harper and Rowan is not working for me as a tag team champion. I would like um, actually that Sanity will get a run. It sounds weird, but I think they would do great as tag team champions. They can, again, they can really pull it off as being a heel tag team to pull it off. So in a way, you should get a New Day, but then directly lose it to Sanity. And the thing is, I think Sanity has a real great future at the WWE. I think they have an amazing act. They have a great. Um, they could run this great heel stable. And I think if they really book it really well, they could go in this direction as the Shield. Now, I'm not saying directly the Shield. I know that is a very high pick of me, but they are really, in NXT, they did so great. And I am aware that what comes nowadays from NXT, they get buried on the main roster, most of them. And I think that's a shame because the Shield has real great potential. They have these guys have these characters. You can do so much creative with them. Just saying. With the Bludgeon Brush, yeah, I do like Harper. It's more Rowan that I have something. I'm not really fond of him. I think Harper is a great wrestler. Harper should actually have this, let them turn on each other, yes, I'm aware they have now this gimmick with the tentacle mask and the hammers, but it's not doing for me much. I prefer that Harper, Luke Harper is, he did great. He even almost got a few years back. I can remember in the feud with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt in the main event of WrestleMania. That should be in triple threat. I never did, but okay. Well, anyway. Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey. Summer Slam is a major pay-per-view. We all know that, right? The problem I have with it is that Ronda has now her fourth match in WWE. Normally, I would never say if you have your fourth match, put a title on her. But it's Ronda Rousey. The film is just being released, 22 Mile. Not sure the numbers on it though, but she's in the movie. She attracts mainstream publicity. WWE loves mainstream publicity. They thrive on it. I mean, let's be honest. Vince McMahon even gets, you know what I mean, in his pants from mainstream publicity. Let's be honest. Let's call the spade back a spade. In that way, I wouldn't mind if they put the belt on Ronda. And this is the thing. I think they put the belt on Alexa because they were aware that there were still some, you know what I mean, that it looked so unrealistic if you come from, a well-built woman who's a world champion, Nia Jax, to a more tiny woman who's a fighter, but only has so less belts, it would not make a good run. And Money in the Bank, with all due respect, was a minor pay-per-view. I think Alexa Bliss is just now the carrier of the belt, put it on Ronda. And I think that's wrong. Alexa Bliss is a great talent. I think when she held the title, she pulled off well. She can do promos. She's a great person as a heel. She really pulls it off as a heel. She knows, she's really, as we call that here, the annoying bitch she's playing. Sorry, Alexa, because I got a lot of respect for you. Even how on your young age you're doing so great already. She's playing that character so well, but that's make it believable. And I don't think they're going to put the title on a B pay-per-view on Ronda. So it will be SummerSlam, or it will be Survivor Series, one of the two. But I think Survivor Series will be more about the elimination tag team matches. If Ronda will be involved in that, could be that she is, but we just have to wait and see. But definitely, I think she will pick up the Raw Women's title. Slowly build up that hyper match, what has been rumored, what could lead into the main eventing of WrestleMania, first women WrestleMania main event. I think they could put off Ronda versus Charlotte in the main event of WrestleMania. But that's a long time booking. WWE is not so fond of that anymore lately. It's a shame, because I would not mind to see that. You know what I mean? And I think if you do that, you can slowly start building already now. Yeah, SummerSlam. Let them run in and have some those two stare down. I mean, yeah. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE title. I noticed today when I sent out a tweet about SummerSlam is that SummerSlam is using the icon for SummerSlam in the hashtag, the WWE title. Are we going finally to see AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe as the main event? I would really like it. I'm not so fond of Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns again in the main event. It's not paying off. The match is already by so many criticized. It's the sixth match. It probably will have the same result again. I will get to that a little bit later after this match. I'll explain you why, what is going on. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Now, normally I would say put always, if you have a chasing heel, somebody chasing the title is the babyface. That is normally the case of running. But AJ Styles is slowly coming to CM Punk's records. And we all know the WWE wants to get CM Punk out of the books forever what all happens. With the question directly answered, will he ever be back in WWE? Maybe so, but I doubt it. These are my thoughts and comments about that. I'm not going further into that. I will talk about that once. I'll promise you, explain you a little bit more, go deep in it. But it's more relevant. I'll say keep the title AJ Styles and let Samoa Joe do the chasing. And why do I say that? It's because they could build up this great storyline with AJ Styles' family, with his ex-wife. The promo on SmackDown was so phenomenal, so great. One of the last few promos actually I've seen was so good in WWE. And, I give credits when it's due, and I think that really pulled out, especially Samoa Joe's part was really good. with that ladder and stuff, with because he's friends with his family and all the past of influence. It makes so sense, and these guys can pull it off. I think they had in the past great matches. Also, the matches they had in TNA Impact were phenomenal, and I hope. And I would not mind to see them as the main event for SummerSlam. I really don't mind. I think AJ Styles is one of the best talents they have, wrestling talents. At the moment on the card, he is phenomenal. He did great in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He did great in TNA. This guy can really wrestle, and if you want to have a great wrestling match, I think you put as main event. You put AJ Styles in it. You put Samoa Joe in it. It's a great combination for a main event. Okay, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and we're all waiting for what my verdict is. Today got released that Brock Lesnar is going to do contract talking with WWE for his future. I have a feeling he will extend his contract with WWE and also extend his title reign. I think if you put the title at the moment on Roman Reigns, the shit will hit the fan. That's why I also say put not this match on last. People will walk out the building. I said that before, and it's nothing I have something again. I also want to make a real clear statement. A lot of people have accused me of hating Brock Lesnar, of Roman Reigns. I do not hate the guy. I think the problem with Roman Reigns is saying that WWE is putting too much energy and fortune to like us. They throw everybody has to suffer to get Roman Reigns to this main event spot. They will ruin other people's characters just to get Roman Reigns over. Because, for example, they call now. I will give you an example of what's happening with Brock Lesnar. Now, Kurt Angle has stated, as in storylines, he's the worst Universal Champion ever. Well, he's the longest running, and there's been only, 5 champions. And let's be honest, if you look through all the matches, he's been the most dominant champion. So a dominant champion is the worst. It doesn't make sense. All the matches he won were very dominant, and they're accusing now that he's an special attraction or a part-timer. But shall we not then all bitch at all part-timers? Right? If you take Kurt Angle, for example, he's also a wrestling part-timer. He only wrestled also a few matches. I could also shit on him. That is the thing. That is the problem with WWE. We are so forced to cheer Roman Reigns. And we don't like it. The guy is wrongfully booked. The problem whereas WWE is making the biggest mistake what they've made is to make a carbon copy of what Roman Reigns should be. Is a carbon copy of a combination of John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin. But to get a real guy over is the wrong thing to do. I mean, Paul Heyman, it's actually funny because I will get also that in a few minutes later on. I'll come back in a few minutes to him. It said also, and he said that on his one time show, I didn't see it, my good buddy George saw the show. And he said, and I heard him also say that once in the interview, the best to get a person over is to put him over on his strengths and hide his weaknesses. How many weaknesses did they show? The promos, can you remember the promos against John Cena? He failed miserably on it. Now, what do you do if you are not that good on promos? You put a mouthpiece on him in the way of a manager. And is it not also a good idea to turn Roman Reigns heel? I think he will do great as a heel. The thing that example I always use is The Rock. It's the perfect example. When The Rock debuted in WWE, nobody liked the guy. He was like, well, whatever, was no interest in. They turned him heel. And after time, they turned him babyface. It did wonders for him. And he came to the status he is today. He's now today what, the best paid actor in Hollywood. Everybody likes his movies. Or Skyscraper. Terrible movie, but okay, the guy has been liked. You know what I mean? I've seen some great movies with him. The Scorpion King, for example, I love that movie. He did phenomenal things in Welcome to the Jungle, also a great movie. Journey to or something, you know, Center of the World or something. The Mystery Island or something. You know what I mean? He did it also. Great movie. I'm not going to talk about his career as a movie actor. But the thing is, that heel turn made him the star he is today. How ironic it is. So why not would it help? Yes, you say, yeah, you carbon copy The Rock now. I agree on you with that. But it's used this tactic before, and it's been proven to help us. It's the guy's not like. With a promo with Paul Heyman, could easily be a sign that they're going to put Paul Heyman on Roman Reigns. But the thing is that was built up when there was no side yet on contract talk. So maybe that was the plan, but we know how WWE knows how to change things up in the last minute. I think Brock Lesnar will extend because I don't think, as a champion, I don't think it's a good idea that Roman Reigns becomes champion. He is really not that over as people think they are. If you see the crowds, I still can remember the walkouts when I was with the show in London. People shouting, "Get the fuck out of our country! Go hang yourself!" Sorry, that is not particularly well. He's still heel, but you know, he's actually going to boo him. But in a way that you still respect the guy. That guy has no respect. We're tired of it. And I think it's still because of creativity, because creativity in the WWE is still flunking, very much so. I think creative is also the one who's guilty, actually, who ruined his character. And that he's getting so much booed. That's the problem from the creative part. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be honest. Everybody believes every time Roman Reigns would get victory, and we were also considering going badly. Today I say we're going to get 6-0, the sixth victory from Brock Lesnar over Roman Reigns, and that's also why I don't. You know, the guy lost now 5 times to Brock Lesnar. Yes, indeed, he's a part-timer. So why do you already have to have 5 matches with him? He's a part-timer. You know, give him to Seth Rollins. I think he could do amazing things actually with Brock. Or give him to Braun Strowman. I would not like to see that. Or But Bobby Lashley problem. I can understand the go, but I think the guy needs a little bit more build up because how they're building up Bobby Lashley. He's not even on the card with Elias. I think there will be something done on the show with him probably, but Bobby Lashley is how they put him either not working, and that's a shame because I would not mind to see that match those two, go at it. Maybe we can make it even some sort of MMA fight in pro wrestling. I don't know. That is the thing. I would not mind to see that. And there's other people who actually Elias with Brock Lesnar. I would not mind to see that actually. I think the guy could pull it off. You can do a promo where Brock Lesnar destroys literally guitar. You ran it through, I don't know, on through the center of the ring or on the post, or you know what I mean. You can do still so much, but putting him all the time with Roman is actually destroying both his career. We need something else. This fight is getting stale, it's getting boring, and please, for the God love, make it this last time. Because if, let's say, if Brock Lesnar, right, if he loses the match, then Brock Lesnar is technically entitled for a rematch. That will make the seventh match. And I'm not looking forward to see that again, people. I'm not. I'm sorry. That's maybe wrong of me, but no. No, thank you. No can do. Anyway, these are the predictions. On Sunday, after WWE Summer Slam, I will do a review. We're going to talk about Summer Slam. I will give you my opinion. We're going to talk about it. We're going through the results. Don't forget to tune in here on this YouTube channel, youtube.com/GTA You can be along with the discussions on the chat. Let me know what you think about. We're going to talk about the whole show. We're going to talk about the matches, the downside, the positive about it, what happened, the big surprises. Will there be big surprises, of course, that we just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm looking actually forward, and yeah. So I'll see you on Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you there. Ciao. Take care and have a great day. And enjoy SummerSlam. Ciao.